faces, worn out places, worn out faces.
Hello, I am BT. As always, I am your host. Welcome to Fanatical. With me today, I have a plethora of people. I have Fireball.
Including your co-host. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, he's my co-host.
Yay.
We have Hiso Sound Speed.
You got that voice crack really good.
I know. Mitho.
Yo.
Aeon.
Hi.
And I believe Lightning Rabbit and AR will be joining us later because they are eating.
And Lightning Rabbit's in British, so yeah.
Yeah, he's in British. Okay.
He's in British.
Anyways, today we are going to be talking about Fiesta Equestria because we all went to Fiesta Equestria and we had a grand old time.
Yay!
Fuck that guy.
Well, no, Lightning Rabbit was there in spirit. We were in a call constantly, so.
Yeah, so he experienced it too.
So let's see here. Does anyone have any interesting stories to tell about getting to the con?
Okay, so
Texans are bad drivers.
You can say that all you want, like whatever. Fireball fucked us up so hard.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Hey, you know what?
Let's talk. No.
I do know
about
one.
that
I know
first.
that you almost fucking got us killed several times.
I was afraid for
You're
my
the
life.
one that went the wrong way down a one-way road. That was not my
your
fault.
fault too.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, what? We were
No, that was my fault.
No,
We went the
this
wrong
was
way
like
down the
turn
wrong-way
here,
road?
turn here, and then you like missed the turn
I
lane.
said
and
turn
go
right,
on.
and then you went up one lane and then turned right.
No.
Okay, so
Oncoming traffic.
yeah, I mean, my flights were okay.
Yeah, all those zero cars that were coming down that road.
Well, yeah. At
That's
least there was
true.
no one there. That
That's
was the good part about that, is that no one was there. There was a car in the turn lane that was probably thought we were crazy, but anyway.
You guys are going to talk about the airport food store, right?
Airport food store.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's your guys' story.
so yeah, okay. Here's the thing. BT
Fucking
BT
late.
was late.
He was like,
Yeah.
somehow he was like,
He was
originally-
late. Did you hear when I
He was
said
supposed to
I
be
was
late,
gonna
and then he was early.
Yeah, and you were definitely late as well. We'll talk about that in
Dallas,
just a
fuck
little
Dallas.
bit. But
Also, Cabral was
The dark
also
heart of
late.
Texas.
Everyone
Well, yeah.
was late.
Everyone
Literally
was
all
late.
of them.
Everyone was late except for me and Mytho.
And me, dude. What the fuck?
I thought he was early.
Obviously, you couldn't be late because you were already there. I mean, like everyone that was like, arriving in Houston was late except for me and Mytho.
Dude, but BT got there early because we were on our way somewhere, and then he said he was there.
Okay, so BT was originally going to show up at 12:30, and then he was not pulled over, but he got late in Dallas because his crew got lost. So then they got all sorts of confused, and they were gonna be late, and then they arrived earlier than the first projected time at 12:20.
Okay,
So it's all sorts of fucked up.
It's because our fucking crew, they got lost on the way to the plane, so we had to wait forever on the tarmac. And then when they got in, the captain's like, yeah, we have to get out of here quick. And so they did this, maybe 2-minute safety presentation, okay, yeah, the seat floats, and these things will come down. If
Don't open the doors.
Yeah, don't open the doors. Have a good flight, we're on our way. And we got off the ground pretty quick after that, but...
I guess that's good.
Can somebody explain to me why from Dallas to Houston it's a 45-minute flight, then from Dallas to Kansas City it's an hour and 10 minutes? How does that make sense?
Well, because Dallas is closer to Houston than it is to Kansas City.
But it's not you're telling me Kansas City is only
You're telling me rate is distance
difference?
over time?
I don't know. Anyways, it's just weird hearing that Kansas City is only 35 minutes more away than Houston is from Dallas.
Well, Texas is a big state.
But it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem. Never mind.
Dude, driving from El Paso to Houston is 15 hours.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, if I drove from here, from Minnesota to Dallas, that's 15 hours. I mean,
I would have rather drove than get on a flight.
I had to drive 15 hours, but that's because Dallas slowed us down.
well, yeah.
It's terrible.
Was was it supposed to take you 15 hours, or did it
No.
take you like longer
Like,
than 15 hours?
Google Maps said 12 and a half hours.
Oh, God.
I have the thing sitting here in a trash can. Let me grab it.
My Apple Maps only said 20 minutes. I don't know what.
Yeah, 12 hours and 39 minutes, an 863-mile drive.
Dude, did you yell it?
15 hours.
Anyways, well, I have a thing about my first 2 flights I took. My very first flight, I was sat smack dab in the middle of a whole Mexican family. Probably about 8 people, right?
Were they making
the mom,
churros?
the dad.
That's a basic Mexican family.
That's the thing. It's like,
Like that half-hearted racism that was. Like, it's a big family.
That should be like just our catchphrase, half-hearted racism.
Racism with a sigh.
Anyways, and so they should have all been sitting together, in like one, in like 3 rows, but I was just there, the one white kid, and that was just me. And they were all speaking Spanish and talking about me because I know enough Spanish to know what I'm being talked about.
Aww.
Dude, you were the gringo.
BT's a gringo.
And then on my second flight, I was sitting next to this fucking woman and her 2-year-old, and I wanted to shoot myself.
You wanted to shoot the 2-year-old.
So I actually sat next to a woman on my flight who had never flown before. So that was interesting. And we ran into really, like, moderate turbulence, like, coming in. So that was fun.
Wow, your Jimmys were
drove
so
there
awesome.
alone.
Sorry, South Speed.
Sorry, Sound Speed.
Yeah. I mean, I had, like,
flew alone.
Journey, relative speaking. Like, I was only, like, a 45-minute drive from the airport.
So I was
like,
talking... I was talking to my one of my coworkers, Gene, who used to live in Texas, and I told him I told him how bad of a mess that getting to the air. He goes, "Do you go to George Bush or Hobby?" I went George Bush. He goes, "Always go to Hobby. It's easier to get out of. It's easier to find. Not many toll roads." And so I'm like, "Well, glad I know that now. Thanks."
That's for sure.
Well, yeah, but
if you had fucking gone to Hobby and everybody else had gone to George Bush, I would have fucking killed you.
Good point.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's something you have to talk about beforehand. And maybe if we all went to Hobby, it wouldn't have been that bad. But at the same time, that might have also been more expensive because it's a smaller airport. I don't know. But so anyway, BT ended up getting in about an hour later than me and Mytho, and so Soundspeed's like, "Let's go eat."
You were like, "Let's go eat."
Well, I mean,
I was like, let's go eat. I wanted to eat. I was hungry.
Okay, it was Mytho.
You eat when you're hungry, and then you go places and bring people
back food. Yeah, but don't say it's
food.
me when I didn't do it.
Well, I mean, I couldn't remember who it was.
Doesn't matter. We went to eat.
We went to eat.
Oh my god.
Well, we tried to go to eat. Like, we kind of wanted to go to, like, a fast food restaurant, and then as we're driving out of the airport, someone's just like, "Oh, look, a food store." This place was the most ghetto place I have ever seen.
It was fucking sick, dude.
Their advertisement was that they sold
beer, cigarettes,
soda,
lotto
beer,
tickets.
cigarettes, lotto tickets, and...
They had, like, fucking bulletproof glass.
Yeah, bulletproof glass. The
They
cashier was behind bulletproof
They took my
glass.
Visa gift card, though, which I was happy about.
The only people in Texas to take your Visa gift card.
The airport food store.
Airport.
I didn't buy me that good canned okra, though. I didn't,
Canned.
Five
Dude,
out of
seriously,
five.
if you were, like,
Wasn't
able
good.
to live on Mountain Dew and Chef Boyardee, that would be the place you want to go.
Oh, God. Chef Boyardee.
So that's like every college roommate's
So cool.
Yeah.
to go to.
This was
That was
convenient.
a sorority.
This is a huge convenience store. I mean, a gas station without the gas is what you can equate it to.
And without the smile.
And without they don't greet you with a smile.
Sometimes they do.
So who was
They
the one
greet-
that yelled? It sounds like
They greet you with.
was it you that yelled something out the window like? Right
Oh,
before
yeah, so... After we got out of the airport food store, we fucking turned around.
Well,
no, I think
it was
before. It was
You
before.
missed the
Yeah,
turn.
we were meant to go to the airport food store. We missed the turn. I was like, dick.
No.
So
Go
I
away,
went
this is
around
mine.
the back and, like, I went through a little neighborhood and turned around. And there was this little kid on a ripstick. So I rolled down the window and yelled, "Dick ripstick, bro!" before driving away. God, douchebag.
They teleported to the airport food store.
Yeah, and then, like, when we pulled into the airport food store, finally, like, he was there.
I don't think he heard us though, because he didn't say anything.
Maybe
I don't
was
think
just
he
like,
really cared. Like, it wasn't like a, nasty comment or something. It was
Right, yeah.
telling him he had sweet ripstick.
So my cat's weird. He likes Krispy Kreme donuts.
Who doesn't?
I like cream donuts.
I like those
I'm
too.
pretty sure my cat would eat a Krispy Kreme donut if I gave him.
Dude,
He
I
keeps
eat
trying-
my cat.
Look, I eat
Keeps
my
trying to
cat
swat
if
it out
it's
of
a
my
Krispy
hand.
Kreme donut.
So then we're going back to the.
Are we playing Telestrations again?
No.
We're going back to the hotel now, and this is kind of where my part comes in because I was supposed to navigate them there.
No, wait, you missed the part where we pulled into the Baptist church and started.
Oh
singing.
yeah. And then we found like a Baptist church, and I think it was at that point in time we needed to turn around and go and get BT, so we pulled in there to back out and keep on going, and like. Apparently Soundspeed has that song on CD. What was the song again?
Rapping for Jesus.
Rapping for Jesus.
Really?
Well then, that sounds like an interesting song.
And so we pulled into the Baptist church and started singing Rapping for Jesus.
I rolled down my windows and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was afraid for my life.
So then we went back to the airport. We went to pick up BT. BT was the first and only person we picked up at the airport in the proper place. Because, like, when I was looking for fucking Mytho, like, we didn't know where the hell, like, anything was. So he was looking for the fucking parking garage, and I was looking for, like, wherever the hell he got off his plane. And we both just fucking twiddled our dicks around as we just randomly ran into each other. And I didn't recognize Mytho at first, and I was talking on the phone. And Mytho kind of, like, looked at me, but, like, I didn't know it was Mytho, so I just kept walking and talking, and he was like, sir? And I was like, oh, it's Mytho!
Well, and then...
I was like, excuse me, sir? And then you left your brother... Wait, 1 second. He left his brother on the phone for, like, the next 5 minutes as we were talking about stuff.
Oh, yeah, I
like,
put the phone in my pocket, like, because I was talking on the phone with my brother. And I was like, Mytho! And so I thought I'd hung up, and I just put the phone in my pocket. And, like, he was just on the fucking line for 5 minutes. Yeah, and then we recouped, and we spent, like, 30 minutes looking for my car, because I didn't remember where I parked it in the parking garage.
Yay.
Sounds like you guys were fucked without Firebolt, dear lord.
Well, and then you know, I think Mytho ended up calling me, like, literally as I landed. I had just turned my phone back on, and I'm like, so when do you get in?
Holy shit, 70 degrees outside. Isn't been that cold in, like, 6...
I don't care. Let's get on with our story.
So anyway...
Sorry, that was just random.
So then Mytho's like, when do you get in? And I'm like, I just landed. And he's like, oh, okay. And so I went over to baggage claim, you know, and said, you know, just meet me there. They ended up going to ticketing.
Which was like the same.
Which is the exact same place. It's just one floor higher.
It's upstairs.
There's no labels for this place, okay? It didn't say ticket.
But I'm like, there's no baggage carousels. Why did you think it was baggage?
Because there was a fucking sign going in that said it was baggage claim. We were like, well, it's probably here.
Well,
and then in small, tiny 8-bit letters on the bottom, it said baggage claim downstairs. It was like baggage claim downstairs.
Baggage claim is not here.
I was like, I see a shrub. Are you next to the shrub? And you're like, yes, I am next to the shrub. I'm like, no one's next to the fucking shrub. You're lying to me.
So that was a test. No one is. You lied.
We ended up finally figuring out that they were, you know, a floor above me, and so they came down, and this is like, I'm wearing a red shirt, and I'm like, the only person I see in a red shirt is a big black woman, so I don't think that's you.
Of course it's me. I've told you I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need to.
The question is, do you need a man?
I don't need no man.
Okay.
So we got
half-hearted racism.
Yep.
I met up with Soundspeed and
I'm
Mytho.
gonna interrupt here for a minute. I'm gonna talk about this. I work with like a lot of black people, and last night, this girl who was doing lobby, she wanted to leave and she wasn't done with everything. So I looked at something, I pointed at, I'm like, that's not done yet. And she went, nigga, I know. And I looked at her dead in the eye and went, you can't use that word, that's our word. And I hear this guy from behind me just lose it laughing.
You said that to her?
I would've.
Yeah, I said that to her, and it was her and my black manager. and my black manager looked at me and went, "Did you really just say that?"
That's hilarious.
It was pretty good. I was in a good mood last night, so I was making jokes.
I could tell.
I was in a good mood last night. I was like, I'll be a racist. Why not?
Wow.
It worked, though.
I'm still not as racist as my whole family, so I'm good.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
Anyways,
So-
onward.
I met up with Mytho and Soundspeed, and we said, let's leave because BT's not going to be here for like an hour.
And that was when the airport food store debacle happened.
Yeah,
then
that
we
was-
were
that was-
going back to the airport. We parked again. We picked up BT, who was actually in the place where he said he was, and we found that place on our first try.
Yes.
The first and only time that happened this entire convention. Thank you, BT.
You're welcome.
So then we ended up going back to the hotel, and I got
This
out
was the
Google
worst
Maps.
fucking...
I got out
trip of my
Google
life.
Maps. I'm like, okay, well, it's going to take about 35 minutes to get there. So an hour later, we pull into the Marriott.
Fucking hour and a half, motherfucker.
After pulling into like
We
five,
pulled in at 2:30.
we pulled in at like 5 other places along the way as well because you were confusing Soundspeed so much you needed an emotional break.
Well, no, but like,
Can you blame it? That was a harrowing
The
ordeal.
Houston, like, road system is ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I needed you to take
Oh,
the
yeah.
right.
That
When
was
do I need
terrible.
to take the right, Firebolt? Like 10 minutes ago.
well, no, and like one time you got off on the wrong road. Stay on this road. Stay on this
You,
road.
I
Stay on
Okay,
this
look,
road. And then you take the exit.
To be
No,
honest,
he
never
stayed on that road.
he
never
didn't.
changed lanes.
The thing was straight ahead of us. The way, you know how usually when you go off on another road, it's like you actually physically turn off onto it? The going off onto was straight ahead, and the road we were on stayed to the left.
Well, you should have stayed to the left then.
You told me to do that. That was entirely your fault.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's my fault. I'm like, stay on this road. It's not my fault. You didn't know
I
this
Am
road
stayed
was...
on the road.
Am I the only one who can read a map?
Can you read an iPhone at like 300 miles an hour?
Yes.
But anyway,
Should have been in the car with us then.
so anyway,
Shit, I wish I was.
it was a little bit ridiculous trying to get back to the Marriott, and it was somewhat my fault.
I mean, to be
It
fair,
was all your fault. Shut up.
to be fair, I got Mytho, Soundspeed, and I lost in Chinatown.
And Mytho also gave me the wrong direction several times. You all
Look,
fucked me.
I really didn't think we were supposed to turn into a place that looked like a fire station, okay?
But anyway,
I honestly thought I was doing the right thing.
right. Anyway, so we did finally make it back there, and AR at this point was supposed to be there like an hour before
Yeah,
we
okay,
got there.
so Cabral was supposed to be at the Marriott at 11 o'clock. We showed up, and it was 2:30, all
But, no,
right?
but he'd called before that though and said, well, okay, we're not going to be there until 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
he was like,
this-
"Fucking
yeah.
one." So we pull in at 2:30. I want to die. Mytho's crying on the ground. It was the first drive of my entire life. And so we're all sitting there like, how the fuck? And so I'm like, all right, guys, give me a minute. I'm going to call Cabral and see where the hell he is. We can meet him.
This part was golden. I love this part.
So I pick up the phone. I dial Cabral. I hold it up to my ear. You know, and he comes onto the line. It's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, Cabral, where you at? And he's like, oh, I'm 50 miles outside of Houston.
I love it. Because at that point, we just saw Soundspeed like face just up and he went, 50 miles!
Like, yeah, 50 miles? Like, what the hell? How could you be that far away? He's like, there's construction.
It's construction. You're 3 hours late and you're blaming construction?
I don't blame him because we got slowed down by like construction and traffic and every fucking thing.
He showed up at like 5:15.
Yeah. It was after 5, I'm pretty sure, when AR showed up, and, like, he was supposed to be there at 11! Like, originally he was supposed to be there at 11. Apparently they, like, stayed too long at Delta's how they ended up leaving, like, 2 hours late.
They brought a lot of healthy snacks with them, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah. So they brought all this crap in with them, and like literally.
Did they clear that out of the hotel room, or did they leave that in the drawer?
Gave it to Soundspeed.
Soundspeed took it all. But so
I
like.
should have guessed actually.
So.
Hey, fuck you.
But no, but like seriously, we're talking like cosmic brownies and goldfish and donuts
A
and
whole entire pound of Swedish fish.
a huge bag of
Dude,
Swedish
I don't
fish.
think you guys understand. I have a fucking like pound of Skittles in my fucking.
Yeah, but
No one even opened that. Like I got the entirety of that bag.
they brought a pound of Swedish fish. I'm pretty sure you ate all that, it would kill you.
So. So we had a dresser with our TV on top of it, and we filled up an entire drawer of just this food. It was ridiculous. And now, so this was around 5 when they finally got there. And AR was bringing Delta and Kick-Ass 2 to your mom and his wife.
Going by my side, you can tell how this went. And so we were originally supposed to have 2 rooms. We got room 658 and 660. And
but here's the thing: it was supposed to be me,
6 of us.
BC, Mytho, Soundspeed, AR,
Delta.
and Delta. Okay, I mean that was it.
3 people
All
per
right?
room. Very reasonable.
Yeah.
Right, 3
Very
people
reasonable.
per room. So when 2D2 and his wife got there with AR, they're like, "Oh, our credit card bounced," and I'm like,
You motherfuckers!
"God damn it!" So they
Now
ended
it's 8 people in 1 room, which
They
still
ended
isn't
up
bad.
8
4 per
people,
room.
like, sharing 2 rooms, so 4 people do a room.
right. And
That's
then
Still-
maximum occupancy, okay? 2 people
Still
per bed.
doable.
And then Aeon got there at like fucking 9 or 10
Yeah.
o'clock. It was
And
It
really,
was
fuck
like
you very much.
9:30,
They were supposed to be-
9:45.
like Aeon was before the convention was saying, "Oh, we'll get there around 5." Okay.
Yeah.
And
And Google
then-
Maps said 12.5 hours.
So
Wouldn't account for fucking Dallas traffic.
They got in there at like 9 or 10 o'clock. And
You should have seen the panic in the car when, like, we could barely see on the fucking highway. Like,
And
oh
so,
shit.
You know what? Whatever panic you had in the car was like magnified 1,000 times in ours.
And actually,
Yeah.
I think it was before the con, actually. They're like, Aeon informed me, so we were trying to book a hotel and we couldn't find anywhere
Yeah.
nearby.
There were free rooms in the Marriott, though. What the fuck?
Did you even fucking try to find a hotel room, or did you know we were gonna have?
We
one?
did.
Well, we won't
We
bother.
looked.
Bullshit.
Oh, we fucking looked.
And so,
Every other fucking website said they were fucking full, and then
They were.
Dude,
I don't know.
we got a
What's
room.
the
We got a room that night. How did you not get one
yeah.
I don't know.
in advance?
So Aeon did eventually stay with us as well, and his friend Nick that came along as well. So there were 10 of us that were supposed to be sharing
Also, Joel
2
fucking
rooms.
shows up and also just.
That was the
takes
second
her
day,
like
okay?
5,000
That's later.
That
Yeah,
was later. That was
But
later.
that's still like 11 motherfucking people.
Well,
Not
he
in
didn't
the
stay,
room,
he,
though.
He
He's
didn't
got his
stay with
room.
us though. Yeah, he had his own room and things. So
Yeah,
there were still 10 of us that were supposed to share 2 rooms. This is not going to work. So we had 2 conjoining rooms. It was 660, 659, 658, and we went back down.
660, yeah.
Yeah, we went back downstairs to say, okay, listen, can we get another room? And so then they give us room 666.
Can I just say, by the way, like,
Ah.
I like how you're like, we did it, but it was like all Mytho.
Well-
yeah, it was Mytho. Thank
Well,
God for
Mytho was the one that came up with the idea. I needed to go down because I used my credit card in order to do it.
Yeah.
So
Mytho, I
'Cause you
thank
can't-
you.
What?
I thank you and your anxiety around crowds for giving
Yeah.
us another room.
Freaking awesome. But you can't book a room at the Marriott unless you're over 21, or at least you're 21. And he is the only person there that was 21 or over.
oh, God.
Only one.
So I had to go down and get the other room with Mytho, which was
Now-
fine. I mean, it worked out just fine. So
And you have
Real
to be
quick-
there in person to reserve the room. I
If
couldn't
we
like
look-
get my
if-
dad to do it or something.
right, yeah.
If we look at our group as a sampling of the Brony fandom, and we say, okay, 1 out of those 10 people was over 21. 1 out of those 10 people was a woman. And 2 out of those 10 people were gay. It's like, this is a pretty good sampling
Wait,
of
which
the Brony
two?
fandom.
Which
I
two?
mean,
Why do you
Why
want
was
to
I
know
not
which
informed about this?
Delta and I.
Why were you not informed
That makes
about
3!
this? Why
What
does
are
it
you
care?
talking about?
What do you mean 3?
I'm like freaking, what is it? Freaking pansexual? Yeah.
Oh, get the
You
fuck out of here.
and?
Fucking
Dude,
Get out of here.
That counts.
Go
I mean,
back to
yeah, but
I mean,
okay.
that's LGBT. That's not gay. That's some weird stasis of I don't know.
That's LGBTQ plus whatever.
R
the
S
fuck they
T
call it
U
now.
V W X Y and Z. I don't fucking know.
Anyways, yeah, so I think that's a good sampling of the Brody fandom right there. It's like, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, so we finally got everything figured out. It ended up being me, Aeon, and his friend in one room. It ended up being AR and, to your mom and his wife in one room. And then it was BT, Soundspeed, Mytho, and Delta in the other room.
Well,
Originally
Soundspeed
was in your room.
Whoa, that was like exactly the same, very precise wording from both of you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, eventually, I don't know, Soundspeed moved over to the other room eventually.
Can you blame him?
Austin, dude, sorry, alright? Fucking,
That's kick-ass to your mom.
Yeah, his name is Austin.
with all due respect, fuck that guy.
I will admit, he had his hands all over you and your plushie. He was trying
Not
to get
okay
at you.
with that.
Yeah, he was trying to get at you.
Oh.
Can we link that video in the description just because?
It just lagged out for a second. Let me check the recorder. We're still good.
We're still good. Alright.
Yeah, so.
Good, buddy.
Alright, so anyway, Soundspeed ended up moving over to the other room. By the way, we did have four plushies with us. I brought 3 of them myself.
Yeah, who did you all bring? You brought
I brought
Derpy,
I had
Spitfire and
Soundspeed.
Derpy.
I had Soundspeed because Soundspeed, like months beforehand, I told him I was going to give him a plushie, so I had that with me for a couple months beforehand, and I finally was able to give it to him at Fiesta Equestria.
Yeah, so you brought Derpy, Spitfire, and Soundspeed. Soundspeed brought Applejack.
Right.
And AR didn't bring any. Delta
Didn't bring any.
But
didn't bring any.
Nick brought Fluttershy.
Oh yeah, what, really? Oh yeah, he had a Fluttershy. I forgot.
Yeah, Gal Fluttershy.
And by the end of the con, how many plushies did we have?
Oh God, who the
Like
fuck
8
knows?
or
Like,
10.
okay.
There was at least 8.
Yeah, because I bought T-Rex, Delta.
Freaking
Thad,
Delta
and
with his
Twilight.
$300 extra dollars he found
Yeah,
magically bought 3 plushies.
Bought 3 plushies.
One per day.
Who did he buy? He bought Twilight, Octavia, and Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie was the first day, and then he got Octavia and was it Twilight?
Braeburn.
No, Braeburn. It was Braeburn.
It was Braeburn.
It was
The
Braeburn.
Brawl got Twilight.
Yeah, AR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
BT got
Pinkie and
T-Rex.
Twilight. I bought T-Rex. Dude,
Yeah,
my
but-
fucking T-Rex plushie is amazing.
And I bought
And then-
fucking
Pinkie
Pinkie
Pie.
Pie.
Off the guy that was coming out of the.
I'm sorry, he like had a pinky, and I was like,
We went-
oh, that's a good pinky. And he's like,
It-
buy it from me.
no. We went to I think it was the voice actor panel. And
It was the
walking-
reading, wasn't it? The comic reading.
I think it was the last day. So yeah, I
Same
think that
thing,
was the
actually.
comic reading. So we're walking out and we find this guy that's carrying a Pinkie Pie plushie, and it's actually a really good, good quality Pinkie Pie plushie. And we're like commenting, "Oh, this is really good." And he's like, "Oh, I made it myself, and it's for sale, by the way." And now Soundspeed.
Okay.
Soundspeed.
We learned some things about Soundspeed and money over
we're
this.
Yeah, some things about Soundspeed and money. We'll get into that a little bit later, but he's like, I really want this plushie, and he's like, how
No,
much
I
is
believe
it?
his
Like,
exact
well,
wording was, I have $10.
yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
the
yeah,
thing
it's
was,
like,
I asked, how much is that plushie? And he was like, I'll sell it for $80. And I was like, I don't have that much money. He's like, how much do you have? And I was like, $10.
and so I'm there with Soundspeed, and I'm like, okay, I got this. I'll splash you the rest of the money. So we bought this plushie off of this guy leaving the panel room, which I thought was kind of ridiculous.
It was a pretty good experience. I have it
He
right
could have
there.
been lying, to be honest. He could have just bought that somewhere for like $5 and then given it to you for $80.
I don't know.
It's not for $5. It was
I know,
pretty
I'm
good.
kidding.
Either way, it was really good.
Yeah, Soundspeed only got it for 10, so it wasn't that much of an increase.
Well, yeah. So then, the vendors hall was actually fairly good this year. I mean,
Meh.
The Vendors Hall was amazing.
they had a lot of
I liked it.
really good stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
One of
I got my
the
whole
highlights.
behind
One of
me.
the highlights of the vendor room was the blind boxes. Now they had the
We're gonna
Oh,
get
the
into
blind
this, are
boxes.
we? We're gonna
they
get
had
into
the
a
they had
fight.
the they had the vinyl figurines there.
Can I
Okay,
just say, by the way, that I'm pretty sure Austin took one of my fucking blind boxes?
I don't know.
It's because it had your scent on it, Soundspeed.
No, the thing was, it was a vinyl scratch one. I had vinyl on Octavia,
fuck.
but the vinyl one has mysteriously vanished from my car.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he's in your car right now, and you just don't know.
What do I have? Oh, yeah, I have Pinky and
Either way, these blind boxes were $10 each.
Like $9.76, actually.
No, it was like $9.50. It was like $9.50. $9 plus tax. It was like $9.50 for these blind boxes. They also had the bigger ones there, that, you know, that were.
Yeah, they had the vinyl figures.
Yeah, the vinyl figures.
What is it? What are they
it
called? The Funko figures?
Yeah, the other ones were blind. Like you'd get one and you didn't know what character you were getting, but there was like a possibility of like 8 or something.
I think it was 10.
10 or something like that. Okay, so Soundspeed got the first one, and he's like opening it up, and what was it? Did you get Bonbon first?
It was Bonbon.
It was Bonbon first.
Then I bought one, and it was Bonbon.
Yeah.
I also got a second Bonbon later on, so...
So
really, we got 3 Bonbons. Really?
It was a Bon.
Yeah. But as the weekend progressed, Soundspeed got obsessed with these blind boxes because it's such a rush opening these blind boxes to see what character you got. And so by the end of the con, we kind of looked and checked out how many we had, and we had over 10 of these things.
Can I just say that at one point during this convention, I witnessed Soundspeed run up to that vending table.
I know what you're talking about.
Throw the money at the man, pick a blind box up, and then as he was running away, yell, "Keep the change." As he shamefully held his head down, opening the box.
It was so shameful. I didn't want to be... Because, like,
it was like the 7th or 8th
he was
one.
giving me these funny looks,
yeah.
like, he knew.
Yeah, that guy was judging all of us. Don't worry about it.
That guy was like, I wonder how much money this guy's going to spit out at me next.
Right. And so we ended up spending over $100 on these blind boxes.
I'm sorry, he would just give me these looks, and I was like, I don't want to be, like, I don't want the embarrassing exchange just going up and be like, here's another $10, can I have another blind box? So I did it the only way I knew how, by walking past it, throwing him the money, taking a blind box, and saying, keep the change.
And from my perspective, I didn't see him throw the money at him. I thought he just stole a blind box. And I was like, Soundspeed, what are you doing?
Soundspeed, no.
So Soundspeed, how many did you end up with?
Dude, this is the shittiest thing. I should have like 6 or 7. I only have 5.
How did that work?
Which
I'll
one?
say,
I'm pretty sure fucking Kick-Ass and your mom took them.
Oh,
We had them all on the way down. The thing was, alright, I wanted to get a Rainbow Dash one for Cobalt, right?
Yeah,
but
I got a Rainbow Dash, and I traded Kick-Ass for his Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, and so that means that he had that, and I offered him 2 of mine to take it. And he was like, oh man, you know, that's a good deal. I'd love to take 2 of your blind boxes, but I just love Rainbow Dash so much.
No,
and,
he wanted vinyl. That's what he wanted.
Well, no, I offered him vinyl, but he already had a different one. He had a glow-in-the-dark one. The
Yeah,
fucking stupid lucky piece of shit. So I offered him vinyl and Octavia as this, like, a package deal for it. He was like, nah. But I was like, okay, any 2. And he was like, oh, that's tempting, but I love Rainbow Dash too much, sorry. And I was like, fuck you, right, and pussy. And so I went home, and, I'm very conveniently missing 2 blind boxes, one of which is vinyl. I wonder what happened to them.
Who else are you missing?
I can't remember. I think it was vinyl.
One of the
like
cleaning ladies probably took it.
Maybe. I don't remember who the second one was. I ended up right now on my
More
desk.
half-hearted racism.
Yay.
Actually, I have on your video camera Soundspeed, I took a video of all the blind boxes you had set up. So you can
that's good.
You can go back and look at that. It was the last video we took at the con.
Right, so I have on my desk right now a Fluttershy, a Bonbon, a Spitfire, a Dr. Hooves, and an Octavia.
Are you missing? Okay, vinyl. I know there's. Oh, shit, I'm trying to think.
I traded him the Fluttershy for the Pinkie Pie. So.
Yeah.
Did anybody get Derpy?
No, nobody got Derpy.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
The only thing I wasn't happy about in the vendor hall was that I just wasn't satisfied with the quality of most of the plushies.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
besides Cutie Corral, which is at like every fucking convention, and they always like.
I didn't like those this year either.
Well, those
okay.
They were the chibi. They were the chibi ponies, and they're always, you know, the same quality. I mean, I don't ever see them.
They really did.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go.
I'm picking up Discord right now. I have one from BronyCon, and it's very light, and it's just sewn together. But the only thing that changed about them was that they put like beans in the feet, and the heads were really solid for some reason there. Like this court's head is still like flush.
I'm going to share my shameful story. As the first time I walked into the vendor's hall, I went over to the plushie stand because I wanted a plushie. I don't have an MLP plushie. I was looking through all of them, and they had a T-Rex. This T-Rex is probably about twice the size of a normal TV plushie. He's pretty big.
Twice the height.
And I was looking at him. It's like, okay. I looked at his price tag, $110. It's like I had that to spend, but I also saw like Celestia, and I like Celestia, and I saw all these others. I really don't want to spend $110 on a plushie. Eventually, I just went up to him, grabbed it, said, I don't care, I'll bear the shame, and bought it, and I'm really...
Yeah, you understand that for $110, you could have gotten the same quality, the Soundspeed plushie that I bought, right? Because the Soundspeed plushie was $110.
Oh, I'm gonna commission your guy for a plushie at my OC, but I'll do that later.
Yeah, me too, probably, when I actually get the money.
Have you...
Well,
now it will be special.
But I think his prices went up a little bit, but
I can deal.
he's actually going to be he's vending at BronyCon. Like he's going to have a table at BronyCon, selling these plushies. And so right now he's like working really hard to get those plushies done. And right now commissions are on hold until after BronyCon. So,
I will say though, this T-Rex, they only had 3 of them, and so I was paying for exclusivity.
Well, yeah, I guess there is
also just like talking about plushies. There's this really nice girl at the vendor hall who her vendor table was the kawaii plushies.
AI
Yeah,
kawaii.
Yeah, it's kawaii.
Yeah.
And she fixed Soundspeed's Applejack for free.
Right, because it's another one with beads in the feet, and some of the seams were coming apart, and some of the beads were leaking out, and so it was really nice of her to fix up that the Applejack plushie for.
Yeah, and then Jenny Nicholson came and complimented them and the plushie.
The actual one, not one of like the.
Yeah, not the fake Jenny Nicholson.
Oh yeah. So here's the deal with that. Last year when we went to Fiesta Equestria, there was someone there not claiming to be Jenny Nicholson, but claiming to be the voice actor for Friendship is Witchcraft. And so this year, like I think it was
it Petarip?
I think it was Petarip, one of the artists for the artist for Rainbow Dash Presents was handing out name tags saying, "Hello, my name is Jenny Nicholson," just to like random people that were passing by.
Was that him?
So yeah.
Yeah, he had a whole thing of them in his booth.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean Petrip was the one who was handing those out?
Yeah.
Wow. Petarip,
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know his name
Which
very well.
John Delance.
I mean,
Shut up.
There is something about that, you know. I know that there's history between Rainbow Dash Presents and Friendship with Witchcraft.
Yeah, but Petarap's not involved in any of that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's the artist.
But
He doesn't get involved in the voice acting stuff.
Right. So anyway, that was kind of funny. I know that most of us had a Jenny Nicholson name tag, and we saw several others throughout the convention as well.
Cabral had fucking 2 by the time we left.
He was really getting into that joke.
On the drive home. Yeah. No, he was wearing 2. Okay, so I know this is like way later in the con. I'm kind of telling this out of fucking order because like who needs linear storytelling? But like,
fuck that.
At the last day of the con, like after we left. When I was going home, we had stopped by the town where I live because that was on their way back to California, and so we stopped and we ate lunch where I work, and Cabral went in there at lunch with 2 fucking name tags on his chest, both of which saying, "Hello, my name is Jenny Nicholson," at my workplace.
Did anyone call him Jenny Nicholson there?
No, but they gave him funny looks.
You're gonna have to explain that later at work.
You know.
So
anyway, I'm trying to think what else happened during the con. Apparently, we ran into AC Race Fest in the elevator.
AC Race and Saberstalk were in the elevator. Yeah.
Yeah, lucky you guys.
And I also ran into AC Race Fest later at the airport when I missed my fucking flight to Dallas.
Yeah. So BT decided to go to the airport an hour before his flight. We left. We left an hour before his flight.
You are just baiting him at this point, Fireball.
Come on.
You know what you're going to get.
We left an hour before his flight. He got there like 20 minutes before his flight left.
Okay.
And like you expect to get your ticket and get through security in that amount of time? Really?
I wasn't that late. Here's what happened. I run up to the gate where my plane is, and I see it pulling away from the whatever the fuck you call that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if
The
I had
tarmac?
got there, yeah, if I had got there like 5 minutes before, I would have made that fucking plane.
One more match.
Stupid toll booth.
Yeah, one more match. Fuck you, AR. Fuck
yeah,
you. Here, listen.
So Delta had brought his Wii, and we spent most of the convention like playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Mario Party.
No, we're not going to talk about Mario Party. Fuck you.
Sorry, alright? Jesus Christ.
Nintendo
It was
fucked
an
GT
accident.
over this con.
Oh yeah.
It was glorious.
So Sound Speed.
I'll tell
Yes.
this.
Happened
I'll
to
tell
Mario
this story.
Party?
I'll tell this story.
Okay, that'd be
We were playing Mario Party. We were playing 4 teams of 2, and Mizzo and Soundspeed were on the same team, and we were going to play a mini game, and Soundspeed lost. And what does he do? He throws his GameCube controller, and what does it hit? It hits my iPod sitting on the dresser. And what happens to my iPod? The screen cracks, and it starts getting lines to the screen. So my iPod is functionally broke. And then when I was in the airport, it actually wouldn't turn on. The screen went completely black.
I'm sorry.
And to add to this, guess what? My phone quit working at the con. It would not charge. It would not hold a charge. And so I was pretty much phoneless. So now I had to go out and I had to spend about $150, $200 on getting a new phone. I chose an iPhone because I would need an iPod and a phone.
Let me see if I can find the last
No, it
text you
doesn't,
sent
right?
me
I have an
before you.
iPhone. iPhone's fine.
Wait, I have the last text
I
he
was-
sent before his
I was
phone
so,
died.
okay, I'll tell you, I was so fucking dejected at that point when I sent you that text. I'm like, I give up.
You want me to read this?
Hold on, I'm just gonna preface this because I know it's fucking shameful and depressing. But you know, I was sitting in the terminal and I was just so mad because I missed my flight. I was on standby till 9 o'clock in Houston, and my phone was dead, my iPod was dead, my laptop wouldn't charge either, and so it was just fucked. Go ahead, read it.
It says, just tell AR that tomorrow there will be no more one more round because I want him and Lodi and hit him. Wait, how long were you next to AC Race Fest anyway? Was it just like a passing thing? You saw him, or
no,
did you hang out?
He was sitting at the same gate as me. I talked to him for about 5-10 minutes.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was editing the
Improv.
improv.
Yeah, Firebolt, your face is in that, by the way.
What?
Briefly.
And I asked him
What do
like,
you mean?
Your
I
face
asked
is
him,
in the
like,
crowd. Like, you pan the camera over the crowd and you can see your face.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, all of us were there.
Well, I couldn't
Yeah.
see me, but like, I paused it and I recognized your face. That was it, though.
I asked him like,
Okay.
are you gonna leave in all the parts with the audience interaction? And he went, I don't know, I might take out some of them.
He took them all out.
Bad.
Some of them.
He took them
Some
all
of them
out.
were pretty bad.
Every single one.
Cabral
Yeah.
went up there and somehow managed to fuck it up.
Yeah, what the fuck,
Well,
man?
no,
Him and his, like, false, like, his false courage before that.
Like, well, yeah, well, it was supposed to be. He was supposed to play Fluttershy, and like the girl that he was with was supposed to play Discord. And
That's a
it's
little
just
mixed.
like
It would've been better to
they
do
really should have changed that around because Eric literally and was talking like in a whisper, so you could barely hear what he was saying.
You need to project.
You need to project as Fluttershy. So, but it's, I mean, I think it would have been a lot better if he went up there and like, you need to be Pinkie Pie. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about something. Okay, at the con, they had 2 things scheduled for 4:30 in the morning on Saturday morning
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sunday morning.
The
They were
mystery-
called
the
mystery
mystery-
panel and
and
the
the
super
super
mystery
mystery
panel. So AR got up and went to the mystery panel on Saturday morning at 4:30.
So did I.
Guess
I
what
wa-
the mystery? Guess what the mystery was? There was no fucking panel.
The mystery was why anyone went.
We got to the main hall, which is where they were supposed to have it. And they were playing fucking Cards Against Humanity in the room. Over there, and apparently they just continued to play because no one showed up to lead whatever this mystery panel was. Apparently, they were so mysterious that even the people leading the panel didn't know they were supposed to be there.
And then
Both days.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't
we don't know about
No,
the second
sounds
day.
great.
No, I talked to
Sounds
somebody.
good.
I asked somebody about the second day. Like,
Okay.
somebody told me that the same thing happened.
Okay, so yeah,
So
I'm gonna say this right now. Fiesta Equestria was a lot less organized this year than it had been last.
Okay, yeah, I had a complaint where their fucking schedule was Microsoft Excel spreadsheets printed out, and
It was.
that was the hardest fucking thing to read ever.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't tell when something started, when something ended. And it's like, I wish they would just do what every other con did and just get little booklets. It would have been that much easier.
Yep. Little flyers or yeah.
Also,
Pamphlets.
the Marriott has horrible pillows.
Yeah, fuck the fucking pillows of the Marriott West Chase. It's more comfortable sleeping on a tub of, like, flesh than it was on the pillows.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Have you slept on a
That's
tub
horrible.
of flesh before?
The Celtic count as a club of...
Oh no,
Celtic-
he really wanted to like steal one of their pillows because he thought they were super comfortable.
What the fuck
Who?
does he sleep on, a rock?
I don't know. He has a hunchback. For all I know, is basically what he sleeps on every night.
I got good lumbar support on these here rock pillows.
Look, it was like sleeping like on a marshmallow that was on top of a larger rock. It basically. And if you think a marshmallow is fun to sleep on, it's not. They deflate and then they don't reinflate.
In all honesty, in room 660, the beds were bigger and softer for some reason than every other room.
Yeah.
Dude, room 666 was very scary. I clogged the toilet twice.
Twice? No, you only clogged it once.
Oh no! After you left it, I fucked it again because that was the last of the iPod. The IHOP making its way out. I did not eat Delta or BT's iPod.
You want to tell your
What
IHOP
is
story?
English?
You want to tell your IHOP story there?
Saturday morning, we went to IHOP. Okay, well, actually, sorry. Saturday morning, SoundSpeed Mytho.
Okay, so we all woke up
looks like
before
this
you guys.
link lightning just put in there.
Okay, so yeah, everybody who was in our room, it was me, Soundspeed, Bethel, and Delta. We're all like, we're hungry. We should get something to eat. And they're like, well, do we want to wait for the other motherfuckers to wake up? No, let's go to IHOP. All right, well, we went to IHOP without everybody else. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
But then Lightning, not Lightning, fucking Firebolt and AR showed up, and okay, we were sitting there for probably 20 minutes. They got in, ordered, ate, got their check within 10 minutes.
I don't know if it was within 10 minutes, but we got in there, ate, and paid for our bill before you guys got done.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna talk about this because I love Soundspeed. This is my favorite moment of the con from you because it's just hilarious. Where Soundspeed ordered the breakfast sampler. This has
I get it. So it's just like Soundspeed's in pain. Fuck that guy for breaking my iPod.
So
I'm sure he got a little bit of that.
Yeah. Soundspeed had 2 pancakes, a big omelet. I think he had bacon too, and he was eating it. And he's like, "Oh, I still have pancakes to eat." And he got the pancakes, and he cut off a bite. He put it up to his mouth. It almost went in, and you saw him like nearly gag, like he didn't want to eat.
You there?
You see? Kind of cut out.
Oh no.
He's telling the funniest story, but can't even hear it.
Hello?
Are you
Oh,
back?
no, I can hear you.
Okay, he
What
got
the
the
fuck happened?
pancakes and it
I don't know.
blacked out.
Keep on going.
Okay, anyways, he got to the pancakes, he ate half of them. He put that first bite up to his mouth, and I saw him physically gag. Like, he looked like he was about to, but then he kept eating anyways. He finished with the pancakes. And he looked in so much pain, and then Delta's like, well, I still have these hash browns. That Soundspeed grabs that hash brown plate and downs those hash browns in about 3 minutes.
It was
And by the end of
horrifying
it,
to watch.
It was pretty bad.
We were all telling him to stop.
I was so, because I don't get to eat, food on a consistent basis in the real world. So maybe when there's a lot of food in my face, I'll eat it all.
We know now.
So I think we got out to the car, and Soundspeed's like, nope, this isn't going to work. And he was doubled over in pain.
He wanted me to drive.
Yeah, and
I had my glasses on, and I also was a little bit weird that morning for some reason.
A little bit weird that morning.
And it's like, but Soundspeed is just, I don't know how you survived. You were gone for most of Saturday.
Yeah, well, here's the funniest part about that was we got in the car and I just wanted to go home, okay? I wanted to go back to the hotel room and just fucking keel over and die, alright? I was in a lot of pain.
Okay,
we got in the car. It should have been like a 3-minute drive back to the hotel.
Okay, just to let you know,
was it,
I have to leave. I have to leave in 40 minutes. I'm just going to tell you that now. Okay, now, what was it? It was probably about a 30-minute drive.
Why was it a 30-minute drive, BT?
Because my phone told me to turn right. I told you to turn right. We should have turned left. Guess where right took us? To fucking Chinatown in Houston. I didn't know Houston had a Chinatown.
All of a sudden, all the road signs were in Chinese for some reason.
Yeah!
Oh shit.
They had
Literally.
teleported to China.
That was really confusing, but yeah, I'm sorry, Soundspeed, about that. And then he got to the hotel, he laid down, then everybody came in our fucking room again, and he went, no, I'm not going to deal with this shit.
Because Delta
And then,
brought the Wii in that room, it was like the hub for everyone to come in and just, like, have a gay old time while we were, like, the 4 people who, like, needed quiet space the most.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was fun.
So I took Soundspeak to, like, one of the other rooms, because no one was in their room. And he just, like, passed out on the bed, and I'm like, I guess I'll go, like, get some lunch then.
Right.
He didn't want lunch.
Because we had our panel dinner on that day, which actually everyone made it to. Soundspeed was okay. I mean, he was there. I don't know how he was feeling, but
Relatively okay.
It was okay.
I was feeling a little overshadowed by the 7 fucking people at that panel, but, you know.
Let's not talk about our panel. That was fuck.
You can watch our panel online.
You can watch our
No,
panel
don't.
on Ville Live.
Yeah, someone recorded
As soon as they upload it.
Well, yeah, I mean, fine. Who the hell knows how long that's going to be? Everfree Network is still uploading videos from MLP MST, and that was like 3 weeks ago. But that's Everfree Network. I don't know how good Point of the Live is with uploading things, you know, but at any rate, that was our IHOP experience. We also went to breakfast downstairs, like the last
it was Sunday. Yeah, we went and ate the buffet Sunday.
Yeah.
$18
Which
buffet.
Soundspeed did not eat too much there. He ate a lot, but
He had
not
a
too much.
plate of eggs. He had an egg mountain.
Egg
did.
mountain.
I was proud of it.
Mount Egg.
So that was Fiesta Equestria. I mean, is there anything else we need to talk about? That was a lot
I
of.
feel like there were a lot of tiny things.
Oh, we left Bowser
it-
on in room 666 when we left at one point.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Oh,
fun.
we ran into a nice Scottish man in the elevator.
Oh yeah, so they also
Pretty
ended up bringing. We had Lightning Rabbit on. We were talking to him for most of the.
In fact, I think he's in the call, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
For
whatever.
a while, I think.
But anyway, so they're like, we should bring him down to like the lobby or the vendors hall, and I'm like, no, he's on my computer. I'd rather not have you do that, and so they did.
And so Capel did it anyway.
So Capel did it anyway. And as the internet that they have there, like they have 3 different internets. They have like one for the lobby, one for the rooms, and like one for the conference hall or whatever. Anyway, his internet died as they were bringing him down there. And like 30 seconds after he
expired.
got out of the call, they run into this British guy. Or
Scottish.
Scottish guy. Soundspeed? I wasn't there for the rest, so you should tell it.
Well, we got into the elevator, and he's this, 30-something Scottish guy. And he's really friendly, he's really amiable. He's there on some kind of business, I'm assuming. And, because there were a lot of, half of the Marriott was just, these ugly, brony people, and the other half was, these very official-looking businessmen and businesswomen. And so we're in the elevator with this guy. He's like, what's the event going on down here? What's going on? And it's like, oh, there's a convention in town. He's like, oh, a convention, how many do you reckon there are? And I don't know who said this, but, I think it was Cabral. I was like, oh, something like 3,000. And the guy was just, his face, lit up, and he was just like, 3,000! Genuine, surprise. It was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I missed this as well. I missed every, interesting interaction you had with people. I was just like, I'll be this thing for 5 minutes.
Remember that time we got in the elevator and that dude was talking on the phone? And,
the fucking liar, yeah.
he was, and somebody was like, sorry, we're interrupting your phone call. And the guy was like, it's okay, I'm just talking to my 7-year-old son. And then he gets back on the call, and then he's like, you did really good at that piano recital with your broken arm, buddy. Whoa, what the fuck?
This guy was, you could tell this guy was just fucking putting it on, because, you said, sorry we're being loud, interrupt your call. And he went, oh, it's okay, I'm just talking to my son. And, yeah, good job with your piano recital with your broken arm. You're really good. And he kind of looked at us like, fucking prick, really?
I want to believe that was real. I really hope that was.
If that is, then that was some kind of serendipity. If it's not, that guy's a liar. And not very nice. He's a phony. Oh,
the big
can we?
fat ponies.
Speaking of SpongeBob references,
Oh yeah,
this is a
Yeah.
giraffe.
that was a SpongeBob
Okay,
reference. That's
so-
a Family Guy, wasn't it?
Oh, it's a SpongeBob
Oh, yeah, it is.
reference.
Speaking of
Because
giraffes-
He blew the
Okay,
bubble,
so-
and it was an elephant.
Okay.
Who was
When we
the guy?
when we first got there, right, we walked in.
His name was
and-
Herman, I think.
Yeah, his name was Hernan.
Or non.
Spanish, Hernan. Anyways,
Well, yeah.
he saw Soundspeed's Applejack place. He said, "Oh, let me hold it." So we were talking to him. He says, "Oh yeah, I'm going to interview and have dinner with the Living Tombstone. Do you guys want to come?" We're like, "Sure." He's like, "Okay, give me your number." And so Mytho gives him his number. He goes, "Okay, what's your name?" Mytho goes, "Patrick." The guy goes, "This is a giraffe."
Like, guys were really half-hearted. Like, oh, it's a giraffe.
Like, not even missing a beat, he made a SpongeBob reference. And you could hear Mytho's spirit crash.
It happens every single goddamn
Like,
time.
he looked like he was about to cry. Like, he genuinely was really sad.
And so
No, it's
later
just
on that
funny to
same,
me.
so
It
later on that
always
same
happens.
day, later on that same day, who else did we run into Soundspeed? Who was the guy's name?
Who?
The guy that we went to Slotsky's with.
Oh, Vigilant
Oh,
Watch.
fuck.
Yeah.
Vigilant Watch, yeah.
There's so much. And wasn't it the same thing then when you introduced yourself, Mytho?
Did I say my name was Patrick there?
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't remember
yeah.
that.
And I think he did a SpongeBob reference as well.
Yeah, I think he might have said, "Is this the Krusty Krab?" And I said, "No."
You didn't even finish the joke. You just shut him out. Just go, "No,
Just no.
Krusty Krab now.
this is Mytho."
So anyway, yeah, we also went to Slotsky's. Yeah, that was the thing. They had air
Good.
pizza.
How was Whataburger? How was your first experience with
Oh,
Texan cuisine?
oh my God!
I really liked
so good.
Slotsky's.
Slotsky's had air
That's
pizza.
not what I was talking about. We were talking about Whataburger, dude.
Whataburger.
Get on-
I'm sorry,
get
but
on-
I have Whataburger in where I live. I don't.
But Whataburger was so good though.
I don't have Whataburger. I didn't get it.
We got there, and I don't know when they closed or whatever, but there was no one there. Like we went to go and get the food because we had just gotten.
You just fucked BT at the airport.
Yeah, we just dropped BT off at the airport, and then and so we came back and
It was just a
grabbed
happy little
Whataburger
ray
on
of
the way back.
sunshine too.
And so, like, we walk in there and there's no one there. There's no one at Whataburger.
And a storm was coming.
And a storm was coming. A storm was a brewing. But yeah, and so we picked up chicken strips for Soundspeed and Delta because they wanted chicken strips.
Yay.
But like, I didn't know these existed, but they have chicken strip sandwiches. Like,
Yeah.
chicken strip on bread, and it was like
Dude, it's possible. Only in America.
I didn't know that was possible.
Only in America.
Uh,
God bless the USA.
only in the South.
Yeah. What's like the closest thing to Whataburger up in Minnesota?
Like A&W, probably.
Is it as good?
Well, I mean, yeah,
No.
A&W is really good.
I mean, usually around here we just see A&W's parceled with Long John Silver's
Ugh.
down here.
Long John Silver's.
Well, they're fucking
Like
root beers,
Captain
amazing.
D's, dude.
We have a Captain D's too. Holy shit!
It's so abandoned. Like out in Pensacola, like I go out there, and it's just Captain D's, and there's like one or two really run-down cars just sitting there. And
Well,
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
we were
also,
hungry
like,
once, me and my mom,
I'm
and we were
pretty
just
sure-
like, I don't think we should eat there. I think I might
I'm
get food
pretty sure
poisoning.
I'm pretty sure we saw several ads for Carl Jr.'s as well, which up here we call them Hardee's, but I mean,
Well, they're two different places. They're just owned by the same company, aren't they?
I thought they were like pretty much the same thing.
Same
They
type.
are.
No, they're two different. They're two different restaurants. They're owned by the same company though.
All right. But yeah, so Whataburger was really good. And
Anything at the convention itself that you'd like to share? Like any, we had a panel that went about as well as you might expect given the podcast
it went
up to
better
this
than
point.
it could have.
I'm not super disappointed in our panel. We got out the information that we wanted to get out, and
You were playing Cookie Clicker.
You know what?
Yeah, you had
On the fucking
You didn't have no
panel.
AR did not have to bring that up. yes, I had it open because I always have it open in the background. You know,
Because you're a fucking addict.
But I mean, I wasn't doing anything with it. And AR brought it up. I was like, "Is that Cookie Clicker?" And
It
I'm
was
like,
AR's one shining moment on the panel, though.
and then I had to open it up, and it's like, I mean, there was no reason he had to bring that up.
I think like one of the 3 questions we got at the panel was, "Oh man, that's like, what do you got along?" Like somebody asked something about Cookie Clicker. Like,
How many cookies do you have?
Cookies.
Yeah.
They just shouted it out.
Yeah.
They didn't really ask it.
But anyway, yeah, that was that.
I will. Soundtree got something signed by Brenda Critchlow and.
Oh yes, I got a print from the. Oh, we should talk about the travel.
Andrea Lippman.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah.
I had at the vendors hall, the guy who makes the IDW comics, the guy who writes them.
Tom Zoller.
He's so cool.
That's it. Yeah, Tom Zoller. He was selling
cool guy.
the prints, and he was selling like prints from the new comic, the one with Zikora and Fluttershy in it. And he was selling them for $10 each, and so I picked it up, and he actually signed it for me, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Yeah. I got the Rainbow Dash and Trixie one. He signed it.
I got the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the comic.
And so I took the print, and I had it actually autographed by Andrea Lippman and Brenda Critchlow, who were the voices of Zikora and Fluttershy, who were on the print. And so it's like, I have that in my bed, and it's like, it's so cool. I need to like frame it and put it up somewhere.
Can I point out, I didn't think Vincent Tong, the guy who plays Flash Sentry and Blue Blood, I wasn't too psyched about him, but he's a crowd pleaser. Like he's really
awesome,
good with
dude.
He's really good with a crowd. I was amazed.
Well, yes. Here's the thing. When we went to the last panel of the kind of the VAs were at, they were doing a reading of one of the Friends Forever books because you know, like we said, you know, it was Brenda Critchlow and Andrew Lippman there, and there's a Friends Forever episode comic book where it's Zikora and Fluttershy. And it's like their book. So they did a reading of this in the voices where Andrew Lippman was doing Fluttershy, Brenda Critchlow was doing Zikora, and then Vincent Tong was doing all the other voices.
Yeah, he did all the animals.
If he's not like Angel Bunny, whenever he has his
no.
And so Angel Bunny, so it's like the best part about this story was that all the animals were talking. So he was doing like Angel Bunny and all the animals. And he also did Verity.
He also did Discord. His Discord was really good.
Oh god, his Discord was amazing. And so,
pretty close.
But
dude, Lightning or Firebolt. Can we get him on here to interview him?
God,
please,
for real?
Please.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to. I don't know if he's like. I have one.
Dude, he'll still spitfire from you.
I have one. Yeah. I have one connection.
The waifu statement.
And I don't know. Like I have one agent that I know his contact information, and I don't know if Vincent Tong is one of his voice actors, but I can figure that out. But anyway,
like, he'd be amazing to have on here, though. He would. He gets so much subscribers.
Flashlight. Anyway,
no.
What?
But anyway, so that
waifu stealer.
That waifu. Anyway, that was
the wife.
That was pretty good. But
the case of the waifu.
What I loved is that it's really great when SoundSpeed and it's really
what?
No.
Yeah, SoundSpeed's pretty fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, SoundSpeed is pretty awesome. But anyway, it's really great when Saberstork and AC are at a convention because they're really good at like
hyping a crowd.
Starting like memes and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure after the Who's Line panel, everyone kept on saying, "I'm lost."
Have you seen my pet lost? I'm lost.
Because we went to the
audience. They were asking audience suggestions for like characters to be in their improv thing.
Oh,
and they put to like everything up to that point was a pony or a pony-related character. Then somebody was just like, when Saberspark was looking for a character, somebody was like, Vegeta! They did it.
Yeah, they allowed. After that
Saberspark wouldn't turn down an opportunity to be Vegeta.
Yeah, they kept on like.
I'm glad he
crossover and stuff like that, but
yeah, I'm glad he took my suggestion for what Sombra should be. Sombra was a suspicious TSA agent.
That was AC Race Best though.
Really?
Yeah, AC Race Best was the suspicious TSA agent.
Who was?
The chafing
Yeah, the
changeling.
chafing
The
changeling.
changeling.
Which was hilarious.
Which
as well.
he did really
Yeah, that was
good.
good.
He did really good.
He was
and the
on
guy,
the ball.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
He's
they were
pretty
actually.
cool.
Get on the ball.
I think that was the only like crowd one that was actually good. Like the one after that, where they did the same game. Like
Oh yeah.
the
Except
person
for,
who like couldn't look at the ground was amazing.
Oh,
yeah,
that was funny.
and then the guy who liked twists.
Yeah.
So sorry.
That
for
guy
that.
was-
Miss Twist biggest fan.
I like to party. I like Twist. Who am I?
He forgot
It's
totally
a
about the cheerleader part, though. He was supposed to be a
It's
Pinkie
a
Pie cheerleader.
giraffe.
Wow.
Sorry, I have a Pinkie Pie. Shut up.
Drop the bass. Down, down.
There's someone doing it at a fucking panel. Fireball.
It happens.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen if you're a normal, functional human being. All right, there, I got it.
Okay.
Can we discuss
Well,
our Super Smash Brothers matches?
Why?
I don't know why we need to go over Super Smash Brothers. It was Super.
Because it was a big part of our con.
Well, it was a big
I
part of our
guess.
con. I mean, like I said, we spent a lot of time doing that, and we're not going to mention the fact that
And-
I lost to a level 2 computer.
What character was it? It was something
I
ridiculous.
was playing
wasn't
Wolf, he was playing Lucario.
it? Yeah.
Okay.
I remember like it was yesterday. So
It was a really small stage. I don't know how to play Wolf, and I killed myself more often than not.
I was
You
Peach.
killed yourself more with Ike than you did with anybody else. Well, that's who you
Because I only
played.
played Ike after that. Ike is the fucking only person I know how to play with.
It's fucking. You were playing him like you didn't know how to play him.
I fucking won
That
at least
recover,
one of
man,
the tournaments.
You kept on killing yourself for that recover, though.
Well, yeah, I finally figured out that the side B recovery is a lot better than the up B recovery. I finally figured that out.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure that out, though. But anyway, but
I will say that me, Kick-Ass, and I think it was Nick, all lost to like a level 6 or 7 Luigi. Because
yeah, but
Luigi,
he was Halloween Luigi though, and he fucking kicked ass though.
yeah.
He kicked
He got
everyone's
them off.
ass.
Oh, do you see they announced for Super Smash Brothers 4? They announced 2 more Fire Emblem characters.
That's
Oh,
3,
God.
I think. Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, I
2,
saw
like-
that.
Who?
Yeah, I don't fucking know their
Some
names. 'Cause I'm not-
chick who's like moonlighting as Marth or something, and some other person. Oh, and
Yeah,
Captain
the-
Falcon.
Yeah, now they have Marth, Ike. I think there was a sorcerer guy. His name was like Aaron or something like that.
Soren?
No,
Oh.
maybe I don't know, but he's some sorcerer guy. And then there was a chick who was like a fighter, and she was from Awakening. He, I think, was from. I
don't know.
remember. Fire Emblem. I don't remember, but they looked pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I guess I mean I've really only played 2 of them. I played the Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, which one was a sequel to the other. So I played that series.
I think Path of Radiance, that the mage guy, he's from that.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that's Soren, just because he's like the main mage in that game, and like Ike's right hand man or whatever. So it probably is, but I can't say for sure. Though.
We would have to ask Delta, honestly.
I would need to see it. I could answer.
Guys, where's he on the tier list?
Well, yeah, and Delta's like really good at this whole Super Smash Bros. Thing, and so he knows like all the like
Bullshit, how good he is.
yeah.
Like he kept on playing Marth and nobody could beat him.
I played that game for like a month straight as Wolf, and even I was never that good.
And then you kept on playing the Snake, and you were doing really good at Snake.
That's because I figured out how Snake worked, and then I couldn't figure out how anyone else worked. I'm like, alright, fuck it, I'll just play a Snake, set landmines, and actually use them correctly.
Which is bad because fucking Snake has the worst controls out of any character ever.
And yet he's one of the top tier characters.
You have to know how to use them. That's why.
I
Anyways.
think you were playing Kirby, so just saying.
We were also playing Mario Party. I don't know why we didn't play Mario Kart. I think Delta had Mario Kart 8, and I'm like, why are we not playing Mario Kart 8?
No, he had
Fuck that game.
He had Double Dash. 8 is for the Wii U.
No, I had Double Dash. I'm pretty sure he had 8.
No, he didn't have 8 on him. He left it at home.
Damn it.
So, can we go on and talk about our next topic? I mean, we've covered
If
Fiesta
Lightning's
Equestria
here,
now.
you can talk about DashCon.
That's what I want to talk about, because that was a clusterfuck, because it's funny.
Yeah. Lightning, we
So,
know
you
you're
know,
here.
I'll segue really slowly so Lightning has time to get in here. Fiesta Equestria was, I mean, it wasn't the perfect convention. Like I said, there were at least 3 panels where, like, the panelists didn't fucking come.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the karaoke panel. Fuck.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, the karaoke panel.
Okay, so the karaoke panel was supposed to be going on, and I go down there because I was trying to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. And I know AR went down there along with Nick, Aeon, and whoever else. I go down there, and fucking AR is sitting at the table leading the panel. It's like, I had to ask him, like, what's going on? It's like, they didn't show up, so I took the panel. Like, he took over somebody's panel.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Along with, let's see, Link, King Sombra, Guitar Guy, I'm forgetting.
And Skrillex lookalike guy.
Yeah, the Skrillex lookalike, and some other people, but yeah.
Oh, speaking of
the
Sombra and Link, they were there when we went to go see Aeon. I mean, not Aeon, sorry, Oblivion Fall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were, like, coming out of the room next door.
Oh,
And AR was like, hi, Sombra, hi, Link, and they were like, oh, hi. You have to ask random people if they enjoyed the panel.
Okay, anyways, on to sound feed segue.
Right, well, you know, Fiesta Equestria, there were a few kerfuffles, but overall it was a really good convention and a very wholesome experience, and one I would not trade for the world. I had a wonderful time. I think I can safely say it for everybody in here. We all had a phenomenal experience. And
It was probably the
first
first vacation I've ever actually had in a long time.
And it was a load of fun. At the same time, that weekend, some people were doing some things that maybe weren't so fun and fulfilling.
Hello, in Illinois.
Was it really in Illinois?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking Illinois.
I didn't know.
It was
I didn't know
Illinois.
Was it Chicago?
No. It was like some weird schluffluffle place.
Yeah. Who the fucking knows?
Well, they were based in Ohio. The thing was, and one of the very many things that was wrong with DashCon, was that the DashCon LLC was based in Ohio, but the convention is being held in Illinois, which means they were operating illegally.
Well, and so
Really?
DashCon,
Yes.
DashCon, for those of you that don't know, is a Tumblr convention.
A very first year Tumblr convention, and it was a fucking train wreck of epic proportions.
Now I've been to a few first year cons. I was at Midwest Brony Festival, which was first called Silly Philly Con. That was its first year. I will admit it wasn't that, it wasn't run very well, but they got better. But this is on a whole another level.
Most of the people here were at Fiesta Equestria last year when it was a first year con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but Fiesta Equestria was an amazing first year con. They did a really great job their first year, and they actually went downhill this year. But
I wouldn't say downhill. I would say it was slightly worse, but I wouldn't say awful.
I mean, and it wasn't like it wasn't horrible.
It wasn't
I mean,
bad.
Like, it wasn't as good as last year though.
Oh, Soundspeed, did you read the?
I read
Did you read that? Did you read that Tumblr post from one of the vendors at the con?
I did.
At
I read the entire
DashCon?
thing. Yes, I read
Oh
the
my
whole thing.
god, that is golden. That was so bad.
So
DashCon,
DashCon.
it's a Tumblr convention, and they're like, hey, let's celebrate Tumblr and all that it is.
And by the way, this comes right after the whole 4chan Tumblr incident, like I think a week ago or whatever.
And that was a fucking disaster of epic proportions on its own right.
And guess what?
I didn't
4chan
notice
invaded
anything.
Tumblr. 4chan invaded DashCon too. So hey.
Actually, hey, look, it's exactly a week after we went to the con the first day.
And so.
Holy shit.
So yeah, that happened, and so they're supposed to have this big entertainment room, but all that was in the entertainment room was a ball pit, inflatable castle.
Somebody peed in the ball pit.
Yeah, somebody from 4chan's pole board came and pissed in the ball pit.
And then the ball pit deflated.
Yeah.
And, okay, so one of the many interesting things that happened at DashCon was that there was a panel for Welcome to Night Vale. I don't know. Do you guys know what Night Vale is?
Yes.
Okay, well, if you know what Night Vale is, it doesn't take much explaining. BT would probably be able to explain better than I could. I'm not really into Night Vale, but I know
Night Vale is basically a radio show set around a fictional town called Night Vale. And
it's kind of like Twilight Zone a little bit.
It's also highly based on H.P. Lovecraft stories. It's very eldritchy with a lot of weird stuff going on. But the radio host explains it all like it's nothing, like it's no big deal, you know, like oh this happens every
the normal
night,
things
you know?
that happen around Night Vale that are just not normal anywhere else, like
exactly.
low clouds
And
raining dead animals upon the city.
And Night Vale was on tour. They're important fucking people, these Night Vale people, and they were like, okay, we know we're probably going to take a hit in profit, but let's go to DashCon anyway. You know, we like meeting with fans, we like interacting with people. Let's take a break from our tour and go to DashCon.
That was a very big gamble on their part, going to a first year con, and it's a game. What the fuck?
Aeon!
Dude, put the damn chips away. I'm gonna beat your ass.
They're pretzels. It's different.
I'm eating chicken right now, but I'm muting myself.
I'm starving.
Anyways, they took a very big
for like 30 minutes.
They
I haven't eaten in like 2 hours.
They took a very big gamble going to a first year con, and
it was one that did not pay off in their favor.
Yeah, lost that gamble. The house bankrupted them because they left DashCon in the middle of it because they didn't like what they saw. I don't think their payment went through, did it?
Well, no. Here's what happened at DashCon. All right, Welcome to Night Vale had a panel at DashCon. You had to pay extra on your fucking base admission ticket to get into the Night Vale panel, and like a lot of people did that because Night Vale was like the fucking premier like. If the VA panels at Fiesta Equestria were like the big thing that people were going for, Night Vale was that equivalent at DashCon. And so, oh my god, excuse me, there's a fucking storm outside my house right now. If you hear thunder, that's fine.
Oh, awesome.
But like, I was talking about DashCon and the storm rolls in. So, the DashCon panel is about to start, and it's about like, you know, it starts at 1, I believe. No, it starts at noon, right? And so it's like the 11:58, 11:57, and Night Vale's about to go on, and they're like, all right, we need our payment. And DashCon's like, what? And Night Vale's like, yeah, dude, we need the payment for the panel. And DashCon was like, well, I don't fucking have it. And then Night Vale was like, well, then eat an entire ass, I'm leaving. And then they did. And so people were sitting there at the panel for an entire hour.
Like, they weren't assholes about it. Like, it's just like you can't not pay someone to be on a panel.
Yeah, that was in their contract that they signed. That they need
and
to be
like
paid.
they didn't want to leave, but like you can't let that happen.
Yeah.
No. You can't let somebody fuck you over like that and then get away with it.
So then they left, which they had every right to do, and I have no problems with Night Vale for doing that. I am actually fucking proud of them, and I commend them for having the testicles to walk away. But that means that the people who were at DashCon were waiting at that panel room. They were waiting there for an hour and 15 minutes. They didn't get confirmation about anything until 1:15, when the panel was supposed to start at noon. So they sat in the audience doing fuck all for a long time, expecting Night Vale. And then some lady comes up and she's like, sorry guys, Night Vale have left the building. We could not pay them. Sorry that you paid extra and then didn't get the panel you paid for. And their compensation for that, and I'm not making this up.
This is great. I love this.
One bit. None of this is fabricated. This is not exaggeration. This is what they literally said verbatim. You get an extra hour in the ball pit.
Oh, we're on that.
No, I want you guys to realize that this ball pit, we're talking, what, 5 feet by 5 feet?
It was like a fucking inflatable kiddie pool with a bunch of...
In the middle of a concrete floor.
Oh my god!
Did I know?
The best part,
Did
there
I
was
hear
no
lightning?
extra charge. There was no
Did I
extra...
hear
Yeah,
lightning
lightning's here.
Okay, I know,
good.
but like, just let me finish.
Yeah,
Fuck.
okay,
I know, sorry.
There was no extra charge at all to get into the ball pit, which means that the extra hour was worthless.
Wow.
We got like a ticket for an extra hour, probably.
And then,
Everyone stand aside. Let the resident DashCon expert take care of this.
okay, go ahead.
This
Okay,
is
we've already covered Night
Mr. Lightning
Vale,
Rabbit,
so-
the resident DashCon expert and professor of DashConology for the last 2 years at Harvard.
The professor of Tumblr anthropology.
What the fuck are you on about Harvard? I went Oxford.
Yeah.
Fucking Harvard.
This is America,
University.
bitch.
Anyways,
Oh,
go on, Lightning.
watch yourself. Okay, where did we get to? Sorry.
We just got over Night Vale in the ball pit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you kind of need to start from the beginning. The year was 2014. It was, it just kind of started, actually. And it's like, where were you when you first heard the news? I was watching events unfold in front of me on my computer screen while everyone else was having fun at Fiesta Equestria, and I just don't know. It was a complete clusterfuck. Is all I can say. I don't know whether I'm allowed to swear on this, but I've done it anyway. You're gonna have to bleep it if not.
No, it's good.
Good. Okay.
Fuck.
Shit. Okay. I mean, what?
I already said the N-word once. I think we can get away with a curse word.
Right. So,
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
what?
It's fucking
Thunder.
really raining out there.
Yeah. In Texas?
Alright, back to the story.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
if you will let me finish. So, basically what happened was, Tumblr, for some godforsaken, decided to start a con. And
No.
by con, I mean that in both the convention sense and the conning people out of money sense.
Dude, Tumblr didn't have anything to do with it.
Did it not?
No,
it
wasn't
was
affiliated
Tumblr
with Tumblr.
It was Tumblr fans for Tumblr
Well, no,
fans.
I'm not saying Tumblr as in, like, the actual
But you
organisation
said that.
of Tumblr. But I mean Tumblr as in the term...
Listen,
Okay, we need to
Yeah,
work
Tumblr
on our,
is
like...
more like a nebulous cloud of people now. I mean...
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
Tumblr
mean, it
refers
was-
to the people, the culture, more than it refers to the actual
You're talking
site
about
nowadays.
Tumblr bloggers, not Tumblr.
Right,
It's
I
fine.
mean,
Tumblr collective of peoples.
right.
Oh, yes, the TCOP, of course.
That's the one, yeah. So they decided to interrupt me with a thunderstorm. No.
It was a
sounds
dark
good.
and stormy night with DashCon.
No.
I get the
Right. So, at the time, people were calling it Take the Cash and DashCon, and Hopes and Dreams were DashCon, which I thought was quite clever at the time. It made me laugh.
I like that.
Now, the reason for that, of course, which my colleagues in Tumblr psychology will probably have already told you, is
We
because...
didn't say anything about the 17,000.
Okay, well, we'll get to that. So let's start at the beginning, shall we? The year was 2014. I think I've already done that bit. Yeah, so basically Tumblr people, for the sake of being, like, getting that in there.
Politically correct.
The people of Tumblr, yeah. The people of Tumblr decided they were going to start a convention. And you can imagine how well that went. There were all sorts of articles talking about how it failed spectacularly. But I think the real thing which will live down through the ages is the ball pit, of course, the famed, the infamous ball pit at this point, which will hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, be used to mock Tumblr for the rest of its proverbial life. Let's hope so. So I have a few articles, in fact, actually, which I hopefully can find somewhere.
This motherfucker's got sources. It's
Do you
like-
need a link,
Yeah.
Lightning?
No, I got them all here.
Okay,
Don't worry
then.
about it. So, Tumblr convention disaster. DashCon gives official statement. I haven't actually read that one yet. There was another one which was like the destruction of a fandom or something like that. Tumblr.
Okay. In case you guys don't, in case anybody who's listening doesn't know exactly what this means for Tumblr, DashCon is the equivalent of Unicon for us.
Yeah, except
It's-
DashCon was
it's-
worse.
Yeah.
What was Unicon?
Unicon.
Way the fuck worse than Unicon, dude.
It's
Unicon
called
was like
It's called
a
Los
little bit of
Angeles
financial
Unicon.
difficulty. Like, DashCon was a lot of financial difficulty and also fucking, like, retarded everything. Like,
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Okay,
that,
what-
like, Unicon, the only problem with Unicon was that they couldn't fucking pay for the VAs. You know, so...
They got it all covered, too, like, and it ended up being fine, because
Well, yeah,
everyone chipped in and
eventually,
helped
yeah.
out.
Yeah, eventually...
Okay,
yeah.
I think that's where DashCon got their fucking idea. Where there you go. Where Unicon, we can't pay. If people can help us, we'd be really grateful. The fandom chipped in. That's what they did. Now I think that's what DashCon tried to do. They tried to con people out of money that way, though. They weren't using it legitimately.
Yeah.
Where they said, "Hey, we need an extra $17,000. Can you give it to us?"
It was at the hotel, like, they said we need to pay the hotel $17,000 to kick us out.
Yeah.
And so it was hashtag
which
save
the hotel
DashCon.
actually, yeah, the hotel did never actually say that.
Yeah. Hashtag save DashCon.
So yeah, so it's for instance, there's an article here which is called "When a Fandom Falls Apart," DashCon edition.
Oh my God.
And
Yes.
and
Read it.
I was at DashCon AMA. Well, I can read some of the article if you want.
I am
um,
at DashCon, man.
Now, of course, if you go on Google Images right now or 4chan, you can find many, many pictures that use the ball pit. For instance, there was one which says across the ages and eons it travels or something like that, and there was a picture of the ball pit.
And Arnold also drew an OC pony of the ball pit.
Yes, he did. Jim told me about that one.
You know it's bad whenever EQD puts up a banner making fun of you.
Yeah.
And of course we've got this as well.
You know, Denny's has a Tumblr, and Denny's Tumblr made fun of DashCon.
Seriously?
Yes, hold on, let me pull it. I had that open earlier. I think I might have sent it to Lightning.
I survived DashCon, and all I got was an extra hour in the ball pit.
Yeah. Now, of course, what happened was, at BT and everyone, all of my colleagues were saying, they asked for 17 grand to pay for the hotel to not kick them out, despite the fact that the hotel never actually said that it wanted them to give them money. And because they decided to be really clever and collect it in a little bag, like a cash grab bag, that means that they can't give it back to anyone because there's no trace. It was literally daylight robbery. They literally made everyone put the money in a sack and then took it away and no one saw where it went.
And I mean, I watched this panel where they actually announced we need this money. There were people running up to the stage saying, "Do you take cash?" Yeah, I mean,
and the worst.
And they sang, "We are the champions."
There were only 2 people in the crowd, and you can hear them quite clearly. They shout out, "This is a stupid idea, don't give them the money, this is probably a scam." And no one listened to them. Everyone was running up to put money in, and this woman even said, "That doesn't make any sense to give you all the money in cash, because you can't give it back that way."
Oh my god! I'm sorry, I just found something too. I linked 2 things in the chat. I linked a Denny's thing, and I linked a Steam community thing. Click on both of those real quick.
I already clicked Denny's, I got to see Steam.
Oh my god.
Gary Smart underscore DashCon.
Someone's made a DashCon map.
Oh,
for
Jesus.
Oh,
no.
Where's the ball pit?
It's just empty halls.
I feel like I'm actually there. Is that Captain Picard in the ball pit?
Yeah, that was a picture he actually took. He went into the ball pit and did that, and now someone's used it to great effect, saying Captain Picard got an extra hour in the pit. So he actually did that ages ago, and now they're reusing it as a way to mock Tumblr.
I don't know what I'm going to say.
It's just a complete shambles all around.
I'm trying to think, what this could mean for future Tumblr cons, if they're even going to have them anymore.
It's not a great idea to begin with. I mean...
who's going to step up and say, "I will try this again"?
The Tumblr community is not exactly a, tight-knit, bonded community.
Yeah, did you... that guy I was talking about earlier, one of the vendors at the con, his Tumblr post was golden because he's saying it was very representative of Tumblr because there was nobody over 20. There was nobody over 17 even. There were just 14-year-old girls.
It's like a Call of Duty con, and everyone that shows up is 5.
You do realize also
by their parents.
One of the worst things was that Tumblr, instead of unifying and staying strong, Tumblr attacked itself. And you got all of the social justice warriors saying that it was a lot of privileged white people going to the con. And so basically, and this is all in the wake of not a week ago from that point, 4chan attacked Tumblr.
That's a disgusting OC for the ball pit.
Yeah, 4chan attacked Tumblr. Then Tumblr decided to have a con, messed it up, and also in the process got attacked by other members of Tumblr. So it was a complete shambles all around.
I just love it because 4chan goes, okay, yeah, you threw, it's like you threw a ball at us, and we're going to fucking bury you under an avalanche of hate. And they did that, and so I think the people who were running DashCon probably went, well, we're pretty weak at this point. This will unify us, And then
we're in the proverbial ball pit of failure here.
Yeah. And now it's going to be 4chan is pissing in it. It's just...
I think
it's such a nasty OC.
Yeah, I think this proves unequivocally, though, that we don't need 4chan to make a mockery of Tumblr because they manage perfectly adequately on their own.
Tumblr does not even. Oh, I love the... I'm sorry. I shouldn't, but I just love the tiny pictures. I was like, hello? Just in this huge empty room.
Yeah.
Just like it has tumors all over it.
Yeah, everyone wants an extra hour in the ball pit now.
No.
Oh, God.
I'm sarcastically as I eat.
It's like his fucking mane and tail have herpes.
I know. They probably do.
It's because it was in DashCon.
Wasn't that a
Oh, have
joke?
you
Oh,
mentioned,
yeah. Also, crabs.
That was a joke. There were crabs in the ball pit.
have any of you guys seen the what's it called? Have you guys talked about the what happened to the ball pit in the end?
I think
we just heard it was like dragged away after it was peed and deflated.
Well, yeah, someone allegedly, someone pissed in it and it got deflated and had to be taken away, which must have been the most like crushing thing. That must have been the moment they realised it had all fallen apart. When
I wonder if someone like tried to
people
jump
they
in it
hired
as they were dragging it away, like, no.
Yeah,
Well,
like
there's pictures of people in the ball pit, like 8 or so people in this ball pit, which it probably doesn't even fit 8 people, but they got 8 people in there somehow.
It's like it probably said fits 8, but it meant children, not adults. And so they tried to put 8 adults in it. And just
If it fits 8 children, it'll fit like 0.5 social.
I mean, the thing is, they didn't even. Oh wow! They didn't even buy the ball pit. They rented it out from a company, then wrecked it and made them take it back. So that must have been the worst when they had to explain why the ball pit had been deflated and pissed in when it wasn't children in there. That was grown people pissed in it.
Lightning, you forget, this is Tumblr. So they'll look at this and they'll hand it back to the ball pit people, say, this is your fault, we demand our money back.
It's your fault.
Well, that's what everyone says. Maybe it would have been reasonable to say it got popped and pissed in if they'd rented it out to kids. Rented it out to grown-ass people, and it still got pissed in and punctured. How does that even happen? How the hell do grown people piss in the ball pit and then puncture it?
Well, apparently, from what I heard, it was somebody from 4chan who actually pissed.
If it was someone from 4chan, then I can only really say that was a good thing.
Oh, God.
I mean, from 4chan, from Tumblr, whoever pissed in that ball pit, they're my hero.
The anonymous person.
The person.
That will never
The savior of
The
humanity.
anonymous hero.
Anon saves the day.
I can't believe. What was that picture you sent ages ago? Sounds stupid, but shit, it was 17 grand.
Oh yeah, it was somebody being the ball pit
Macklemore.
help. Then it was a picture of Macklemore next to the fucking ball pit that said, but shit, it was $17,000.
Oh, Macklemore.
Up, call drop for BT.
Yeah,
we
happens.
don't need him to have fun.
Pretty much.
But yeah, it was a real mess. I don't know what else to say really.
A
It was just
very
mess.
stinky, urine-filled mess.
Yeah, a deflated urine-filled mess.
Yeah. But, we should probably, start wrapping this up anyway. Because that was one of the main things that was going on during Fiesta Equestria was DashCon. We can at least say that, thank God, Fiesta Equestria was better
than DashCon.
Oh, also, one other thing. There were no vendors until they all left because it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and also the game room.
Oh, the game room, yeah. The game room was literally, there's even a picture of it to back it up. It was a table at the front door, like the front desk, and then one TV or like computer monitor in the
It was just
corner.
a computer monitor. It wasn't even a TV, it was a computer monitor. And there were like 2 other tables.
And that was
Like-
it. Oh yeah, there was like tables for like playing card games or something, but there was one TV.
Right.
And that was it. Or computer. And it was
Wow.
terrible. And then of course, as you said, in the night bell never showed after an hour of waiting.
Yeah.
Also that, like,
And then-
giraffe band or whatever the hell that didn't show up.
Oh yeah, someone, I can't remember what the name is now. But I think the thing is that after all of that, they still sang "We Are the Champions" in some sort of desperate attempt to make
Yeah.
themselves not.
It's like, we did it, guys!
Yeah.
Let's just sing
We
We Are the
raised
Champions.
$17,000.
Ironically, the line is "No time for losers," so there's a line in there for that, and I was like, that made me laugh when I thought about who was singing it. All of these people just got scammed out of 17 grand saying "No time for losers."
So, okay, now, just to end this off, there are a couple things I want to talk about real quick. First of all, San Diego Comic-Con is coming up at the end of the month. San Diego Con is obviously like the biggest thing for My Little Pony, like for the year, because that's when they go over. Okay, well, when is season 5 going to actually air? They're also going to be talking about Rainbow Rocks. They're actually showing an exclusive clip from Rainbow Rocks at that panel as well. And I don't know for sure, but they might be talking about Equestria Academy. I can't confirm that. But yes, that's coming up at the end of the month. There's going to be a lot of MLP news and stuff like that. IDW also has their own panel as well, which they're going to be talking about the MLP comics. But I'm sure we're going to be going over that when that happens. So that'll be coming up later in the month. The other thing I want to mention doesn't have anything to do with us necessarily, but I think it's a really cool idea, so I wanted to make sure that everyone knew about it. Is that on August 4th, so we're talking about the week after BronyCon. The week after BronyCon, on the Hub Network, they are showing a, 50-hour marathon of My Little Pony? But it's every episode played in chronological order.
Chronological order, wow.
Yeah, like...
I mean, like, the order it came out of, the order it's, like, arranged in a timeline sense.
Well, no, I mean, like, the order it aired in.
Okay.
So, they're
I
starting
was gonna say,
off...
if it's, like, chronological, how do you even tell what episode was before what?
Well, yeah.
Like, season 1?
I remember a long time ago, between seasons 1 and 2, I saw a picture that was, like... It showed, like...
It tried to show.
Timeline.
It tried to. But then, of course, you get to season 4, episode 1, and they're trying to say that, like, all 3 previous seasons happened in a year. But, anyway. So they are showing, they're starting off with, season 1, episode 1, they're going all the way through all 4 seasons. Between season 3 and 4, they're showing Equestria Girls, and at the very end, they're showing, like, previous generation movies, like A Very Minty Christmas, Runaway Rainbow, and stuff like that. So that's what's going on that week. In fact, it's 4 days. It's the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 4th through the 8th, I think. Anyway, it's like the entire week, and they're playing it from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single day until it's finished. So,
well then,
yeah. So that's going on the Hub Network. If you have the Hub Network, I'm sure maybe someone will be streaming it. I mean,
more than likely.
I wouldn't doubt someone will be streaming it if you want to watch it that way. So
no, I'm gonna wait for the complete season 4 to get uploaded to YouTube, then I'll download that.
Wait, what?
So, like, somebody's already put up the complete season 2 and season 3. I have those files on my computer, where I can just watch them and, the whole season is one file without commercials and shit.
Oh, God. How long is that?
Season 2 is somewhere around 9 hours.
Yeah,
Season 3 is half that.
Well, I wonder why.
Because it's a shitty season.
No, it's a half season long.
And then I'm just going to wait for season 4. So.
Right. So anyway, that's what's going on. Pony related within the next half a month or whatever.
All right.
But other than that, I think we're done for today. God, what's next week? Next week is the 24th. Actually, I think it's next weekend is going to be San Diego Comic-Con, so we'll talk about that in 2 weeks. Next week, I don't know.
We'll find something to talk about.
Well, make sure you guys drive safely.
We just play more Courage is Magic.
Car.
Yeah. Don't go to Texas. Don't drive in Texas.
Firebolt can only fly. He can't drive.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
roads.
Yeah, that's all we have for today.
Yep. See you later.
See you all next time.
Bet on it.